film adaptations. Make your way to
Well, that was quite a turn of events there toward the end of Double Jeopardy. Welcome to the final wager. I'm Keith Williams. I'm going to pull up the scores here. You got Brandon dropping to second with that miss, 15-4. That was a critical miss there. 16-8 for Christine. Great comeback. Just wagering 4,000, which was everything she had on that daily double. And Siddharth pulling sort of within range here, 6,600. So let's see. First of all, like I say, Brandon with that late daily double, I would have hoped that he would have gone bigger, although a $1,600 clue, you never know. Could be something tough, could be something easy. But he could have given himself a pretty big lead, at least enough to maintain the lead going into final. So let's start with Brandon doubling up. So that'd be 13-8, 14,000 for Christine. I'm trying out my old microphone today to see if it cuts down on a little bit of the noise, maybe makes things sound a little better. And I'm also going to work on the sync between the audio and the video. I need to figure out how that works. So we got, at most 3,800 for Siddharth, and at most 12.6 for Brandon. Now let's see if Siddharth doubles up. He's going to have 13.2, so this is going to put Brandon into shortest conjecture situation. So 13.2, that'd be at most 2,200, so move that down there. And I guess Christine could cap her wager at, let's add 1,400 to that, so it'd be 3,800, 3,600, sorry. Man, I hate that the Elite commercials are gone because it just gets rid of the queue that I have to start watching again. By the way, I think this is going to be a really tough final just because I feel like Friday of the first week of every season is always impossible. After the first four are relatively easy. So let's look at Shore's conjecture situation. 2,200 for Brandon. We put him 17.6, so Christine could wager 800 to cover that. If she's wrong, she'll have 16,000, so Brandon will want to wager at least 600, but of course he's going to want to wager at least 1,400 to cover her. And say if Christine wagers 3,600, let's say 12.4, so Brandon's going to want to wager at least 5,000. Now, if I'm Siddharth, I don't know what I'd do here. I mean, I might go 3,800. I could be convinced into going for more. See, here's the thing: is if this 5,000 comes in 10,400, 3,800, there's that wager to tie situation I was talking about. That's not really a wager to tie situation. But 3,800 would be a good wager for him. Brandon, I'm expecting to see him go a little bigger. Oh, we should cap his wager at 8,800 to force Siddharth to get it right to have a chance. All right, here's the Wheel of Fortune commercial. So I guess that's my cue now, unfortunately. Let's see how tough this clue ends up being.
Oh, it's at the same place, the Jeopardy online test.
Oh.
There, you've got to go here.
I like how they have all three contestants. I guess I haven't watched any of the pre-final commercials yet. So yeah, sign up for the online test.
Now, popular subject for our Final Jeopardy to wrap up the week, film adaptations. Here is your clue players. In a 2011 Slate.com survey of movie credits, of the top 25 most adapted writers, this novelist is the only one living. 30 seconds, good luck.
I wrote down what because I thought it was going to be an actual movie. Alright, this is a shot in the dark. First thought was John Irving, but he hasn't had too many movies produced. Second one is I had a lot of movies produced in the 80s and 90s. And he's still alive, although he got hit by a car a couple years ago.
All right, we come to our champion
Let's
first.
see.
He was in a distant third position. Siddharth, what did you write down as your response? You wrote down, who is Nicholas Sparks? Nope. It's going to cost you, $66 only. All right, leaving you with 6,534. We go to Brandon now. He had 15,400, was unable to come up with anything, and lost
Oh,
a whopping
why would you do that?
15,400. Things are looking good for you, Siddharth. But let's see what happened with Christine. She wrote down, who is Grissom? Were you thinking? John Grisham. Yeah, John Grisham. A good choice, but incorrect. The correct answer responds Stephen King. Stephen King, who is number 18 on the list of the top 25. You're going to lose something. How much? Oh, gosh, 14,001. That drops you down to second place, and it makes you...
Man, Brandon. See, it pays off to know your wagering. I think that's twice this week we've had bad wagers that cost people the game. So study up and don't come unprepared, because it's really the only part of the game that you have any control over. I guess picking clues helps too, although don't bounce if you don't know the material. We haven't seen any of that yet. All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll see you on Monday. We have a repeat champion. We'll see if Siddharth can make it 3 right here on the Final Wager.